The key mandate of Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company is provision of water and in an affordable manner to the people of Uasin Gishu. And then, of course, the sanitation aspect of it. That means the health of the people and clearing all the waste product. And the main key aspect that I would say has totally improved is the health of the community. Once you have sanitation and availability of water that is treated and done well, that means we reduce the waterborne diseases.
We have a population of about 424,000 Kenyans in Uasin Gishu County, whom we actually serve with potable water as well as sanitation services. We also carry out catchment conservation for the purpose of ensuring that we have adequate water coming to Eldoret town. We supply water to manufacturing companies like Rivertex, to food processing companies like New KCC, Brookside, to hospitality sector, where we have various hotels in this town.
Eldowas was formed in 1996 to become one of the WSPs, and then was run by the local government of UG. And then after 2013, that's when devolution came in, and that's when now the realistic aspect of the operations of Eldowas are visible, because that's when the company was run independently.
We have also expanded our area of operation. We had areas like Isis Lesos. There is a new plant there. They were not there at the time of formation of the company. We have also made connections along the line all the way from Chebara, which is 60 kilometers away from Eldoret. Most of our operations are actually automated, all the way, even including the treatment plant. The dosing of water chemicals into the water, it's also automated. People apply for leave using the system, automated systems. Accounts preparation, the same.
As an organization, we have turned around because we have used new technologies. We've introduced smart meters to meter the water. We've also introduced a new pipe that is called HDPE. At the same time, we also really strive to get empowerment for our workers. We give them capacity building, and I think that is what has improved the company to the levels that we are at the moment.
Recently, Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company, we joined the UN Global Compact because we want to create our company to be sustainable. We want to focus on environmental conservation. We want to ensure that our workers have the best working conditions to enhance productivity and support to our residents when it comes to water and sanitation. And finally, we become a center of excellence in good governance and provision of high quality services when it comes to water and sanitation.
We are currently at Kaptagat Intake. The Kaptagat Intake is the oldest intake for Eldoret town. This intake was constructed way back in 1928 during the colonial days. Before this intake was constructed and the pipe system was done, Eldoret was relying on boreholes and shallow wells. But as the population of the town grew, there was need to look for a reliable water source. And the people then found that this intake, since it's so close to the forest, is basically adjacent to the forest, had the best quality water. The water was so natural and it was reliable throughout the year.
The water flows from Cherangan Hills. The main source is Kabiago Forest, then forming River Mayben. Then the water comes into Jabara Dam where it was built. The water from the dam goes into the treatment works. Sample is taken at the treatment works. We test for quality of that water, we test for pH, we test for turbidity, and we also check for coliforms. That is bacteriological analysis. From there, we release into the pipeline going to Eldoret town. The water is put into a reservoir in Kapsoya tank, and then from there, the water is released into the consumers.
The company is operating a water testing laboratory that is accredited by Kenya National Accreditation Service. In this laboratory, we check for the various biological impurities in water. By that I mean the living organisms that are present in water and are likely to be harmful. We also want to encourage the public to protect the environment. to protect the watersheds, the water catchment areas, because it's from those sources that we are able to get clean water. A polluted water source can result into spread of diseases or waterborne diseases that can impact on the health of the people.
Boundary came about after completion of the Chabara water supply project to Eldoret town in the year 1997. It was seen that the amount of wastewater generated from industries and domestic use was high. So this plant was commissioned in the year 2005, and it has a treatment capacity of 10,000 cubic meters per day. So here we treat wastewater up to WHO standards for all the parameters, the physical, chemical parameters, and like COD, BOD, before being released into the environment. Through that process, a lot of waterborne diseases have been able to be eliminated. So we encourage our customers within Eldoret town and environments to connect into our sewer lines, so that wastewater cannot go back into the environment and cause disease to the people, and also be a hazard to the environment also.
We produce 41.3 million cubic liters of water per day. Why? Because already in our catchment areas we are facing environmental concerns, and the level of water in our rivers has gone down. The water catchment area seems to be drying up. Now, because of reduction in water in our rivers and dams, we are not able to cater for the 60 million liters of water per day. And as a result of that, we do rationing.
As a result of climate change and human activities upstream, there's a lot of siltation in our dam, and as a result we have a lot of organic manure coming into our water source, which results in what we call eutrophication. Eutrophication results in algal blooms. The dams at the moment, you'll find it's greenish.
Part of the campaigns that we currently are running to sensitize our population or our residents includes Linda Maji Mtaani and Linda Maji Viwandani. It is focused on educating the citizens and the business community on the need of water conservation at the back of water scarcity in our hometown.
We are dealing basically with transplanting the trees from the nursery, even watering them. Also, we've been loading the tubes.
It's important to plant trees because we conserve our environment, on which we increase the rate of afforestation, we increase the rate of water in our catchment areas.
These trees are going also to help us to purify water. As we are going to plant them, it's going to prevent, like by dirtifying the water, it's going to act as a silt or a sieve.
We normally give the community free trees to plant at their near homestead and at water catchment areas, so as to safeguard the areas and also the river sources.
We have been working closely with the Eldoret City Marathon. We make sure that each athlete plants a tree to commemorate his running in Eldoret City Marathon, and also this year we're doing 650 trees per each school and every tertiary institution in all the 30 wards. So that translates to about 55,000 trees that will be planted once the rains step in.
The planting of trees or conserving an environment is really crucial to the sporting fraternity. The more you train in a forest or where conservation is the more you perform well. Because you can train anytime you want. You can train even at the midday because it's protected. The sun cannot actually hit you. The trees actually purifies the air. And when you are breathing actually and in training, then you need to breathe a clean air. And if you breathe a clean air, that's one way to perform. That's one way to enjoy running. That's one way to enjoy sport.
When we have our athletes training in where they have good facilities, they have good environment, they can be able to perform well through what they are putting up in their own training, hard work, the oxygen intake to their body in the area of like a forest and all those areas where they have good water, and they can be able to perform very well. And you have seen our athletes when they go outside of this country, they have come up with good performance. Take, for example, marathon, the Olympic Games, the Commonwealth Games. Our middle distance runners have done very well because their training area is within the area of Eldoret, and also an area like Kaptagat, St. Patrick 10. So the water from that end, they have a lot of good water. They have the best climate, the best oxygen intake. The wind is so nice. And those are the things we need to utilize such facilities to our athletes.
Let's ensure that we keep our environment safe. Let's plant trees, both at our home states and also within our catchment areas.
Our clarion call is linda maji mtaani, linda maji viwandani.
To our community, let us conserve our catchment by planting trees.
Water is life, linda maji mtaani.
Watu wangu tulinde maji mtaani.
Linda maji mtaani.
Linda maji mtaani.
Tupande miti, tulinde maji mtaani.
Mahali tuko, tuhakikishe ya kwamba tumelinda ile maji ambayo tunatumia kwa njia nzuri. Linda maji mtaani.
Na nyinyi wote tukue pamoja, tulinde maji, and let's make Eldoret City the city of champions.